People are asking a lot about what's going to be different about IT in the next 10 years. It's 2010 almost, the start of the second decade of the new millennium. And in order to understand that, you kind of got to go back to the last 10 years. So it's 1999. And remember IT was saying about how great the world would be if all our processes were automated, if all those automated processes actually were integrated, and all those integrated automated processes actually had information flowing between them. That was the challenge that we laid out for ourselves 10 years ago. And by and large, we've won that game. IT has been outrageously successful over the last 10 years in creating that environment of automated, integrated, and informated processes. Well, whenever you win one game, pretty soon the answer is I want to play a different game. And certainly much of the pressure that people face in IT, while it's due to the economic considerations, there's also pressure on IT being created because the name of the game is changing. A really simple way to think about it is this. For the last 30 years, IT has concentrated on building things where things have never existed before. It's a little bit like taking a green field and building an apartment building. Now, the disciplines I use to go from nothing to an apartment building are significantly different than the disciplines I use to actually own, operate, and run the apartment building. And it's that kind of change that's really stressing out IT and IT practices. So where the project management, the construction management disciplines that work for building things were important, once I build the apartment building, there's a whole new set of disciplines. And this is where IT has a real opportunity to either make or break its future. If IT decides to cling to the traditional approaches of I have to build something, I have to maintain it, I have to manage it, they're going to be involved in the running and maintenance and the business yield they get off the apartment building, but as the building superintendent, the person you call when the heater doesn't work. If, however, IT recognizes that information and technology are an essential part of business, and my job as the CIO, my job as an IT executive is to get as much yield, as much results out of that resource base as possible, they'll have a completely different role. They'll run the apartment building as opposed to just being the building maintenance supervisor.